Is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time! Let's shuffle up and deal!
2010 World Series of Poker main event began with more than 7,300 players from 92 different countries. They competed for more than $68 million in prize money and the title of world champion. After 73 long hours of play, the youngest final table in main event history was set. The November 9, as they are called, consisted of 8 professional poker players and 1 amateur. Lone amateur Soy Win sat down at the final table 8th in chips. He lasted more than an hour before being forced to play his final hand. The 8th place finisher was Matthew Jarvis, who moved all in on pocket nines but saw his full house beat by a larger one.
I think my dad and everyone else is just really, really proud, and you know, like I said, it wasn't exactly the result I wanted, but you know, I feel like I'm here to stay in the poker community, and it's just one tournament, and yeah, you know, look for me in the future.
Jason Sentai sat down at the final table with 15 big blinds, but after moving all in several times, he was able to finish 7th at the main event.
Do you feel that you did better than you expected with your starting stack?
Yeah, certainly. I think most people would have put me in 9th or maybe 8th or whatever, but you know, managed to do better than that. Not only that, but I just had a shot there to have over 30 million if I win a flip. So that's obviously a far greater expectation than I can expect coming in today with 7.5 million. So I'm happy with the way with the way I played anyway, and the way it turned out up until the last hand. Even that I can't really complain.
Starting 2nd in chips, John Dolan was hopeful of winning the event, but after losing a significant amount of chips in a hand, he was never able to regain his momentum and left the table finishing in 6th.
How frustrating was it today for you up there?
Yeah, it was a pretty brutal day, and nothing ever, like I said, nothing. I don't even know if I ever got above what I started with to begin the day, but it's all right. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't think I could have done much more. So okay.
Entering the final table as the most experienced player, Michael Mizrachi gained the chip lead within a few hours, but would lose the lead after a failed bluff. He eventually takes 5th place.
Well, I mean, I've been playing live for 15 years professionally, and I've been playing online for 11 years, so I started when online poker started and live. So I have an experience in both, and I've played a lot of hands, been in a lot of situations, and I'm happy with my performance today. It just, at one point I was chip lead, at one point I was the shortest stack. I mean, things happen when the blinds go up. I mean, today we started with 250, 500, so it was a pretty big start in the blinds, and I know you had to get lucky, and unfortunately I finished 5th, but I'm happy with my performance, and it could have been worse. I could have finished 9th to 6th.
Italian player Filippo Condio had hopes of becoming the first main event champion from Italy. He was one of the most conservative players at the table, which allowed him to successfully bluff on occasion. He busted out and ended in 4th place with a $3 million prize. Mizrachi said Joseph Chong was the most aggressive player at the table. His aggressiveness would lead him to gaining the chip lead with 3 players left. He attempted a 5-bet bluff that player Jonathan Duhamel called. Losing the hand, his chip stack was crippled, and he walked away from the event as the 3rd place finisher.
Yeah, I feel like I played well. It kind of sucks it didn't turn out better, but I'm very happy with my results, and you know, I can't really complain with $4 million.
Unlike his fellow players, John Reisner maintained a conservative playing style throughout the tournament. This method aided him in reaching the final 2 to play heads-up against Duhamel.
At the final table, and that's what it is about these days. If you watch online, if you watch all these tournaments, you always hear about the 3-bet, the 4-bet, the 5-bet, and like I knew with the young crowd that it would be like that, and that's not really too much of my style of playing. I didn't want to get involved in something foolish like that, but the money jumps getting so big, and I knew if I was conservative and patient, my time would come.
With a 10-1 chip lead, Duhamel triumphed over Reisner to win the 2010 World Series of Poker main event bracelet and an $8.9 million first prize. He becomes the first Canadian player to ever win the main event.